What's up, sons? It's Blind Red with Son of a Tech once again, and today I have the Intel Arc A380 updated hash rates because all of the videos that were covering the hash rates on this particular GPU are, well, outdated. We have lots more algorithms that we were able to test. Unfortunately, some that were supposedly supported that unfortunately do not work on this particular GPU, and we'll have to look into the future to see if those get resolved. And we're going to get into the hash rates for this and more right after a word from today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is myself. I recently launched a crypto mining e-course at sonofatech.com, and it includes 9 steps to cover when you decide to start your crypto mining journey. This is specifically pertaining to 2023 crypto mining profits and taking advantage of the down market to achieve skyrocketing growth as we move into the next halving of Bitcoin. You'll learn buying mining equipment in a bear market, using outside investment to speculative mine, begin mining once profit is established, sell mine crypto to pay for electricity, hold and prep for the bull run, sell at the top of the bull market, sell mining equipment at the top of the bull market, and begin investing in land and power so that you can bring in outside investors to utilize excess resources. Thanks everybody for your support, and I hope you enjoy the course. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. Welcome back. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. We're going to be taking a look at the Intel Arc A380 and this particular GPU. Well, it's pretty much their lowest end GPU, discrete GPU available. Total board power at 75 watts. You have all of these units that mean nothing unless compared to another Intel GPU. And then for mining, we're really concerned about the memory specifications. You got 6 gigabytes of GDDR6 on a 96-bit bus, providing 186 gigabytes per second of bandwidth. So that's pretty much what we're looking at as far as specifications go. On the actual GPU itself, it's pretty straightforward. This is the ASRock Challenger Edition. I've had lots of issues with Challenger Editions, just to be completely clear. I don't assume that this will be any better, but you know, we'll have to see how long it actually lasts. Usually the fans are a real problem on the Challenger series. That being said, it is just a single fan design. Most of the other Challenger series that I've had experience with are their dual fan design, and the fan design does look updated. So we'll just see where it goes from there. There is no backplate, so you don't have to worry about that. And there are pretty much, yeah, you can look into here and see that we do have sort of actively cooled memory modules. Basically, the thermal pads are very thick and reach up to the fins of the cooler itself. So there's not actually a flat plate, best I can tell. And then you got a single 8 pin on there for your additional power or additional PCIe power. Let's go ahead and talk about the miners we utilized. We utilized SRB Miner version 2.2.3 for a majority of the algorithms, including ETH hash and so on. We'll go over them. And then we did utilize, thanks to a new release from Nano Miner, or a semi-new release, we took a look at ProgPow, specifically Firo Proof of Work and Raven Coin. Let's go ahead and get into the first coin, which was on SRB Miner, and it was a lithium. If you take a look here, you can see that we essentially had 432 mega hash a second. Keeping in mind, GPU 1 in all of these screenshots will be the A380, and GPU 0 is going to be the A750. Okay, now there is 0 overclocking capability for the A380, best I could tell so far. I can't seem to mess with it. It's all grayed out. I can't adjust anything. What that means is that the power is literally the same across the board. Every single algorithm tested was 119 watts. And that was, of course, at 120 volts, and that was running through a gold-rated Antec power supply. And as if that wasn't disappointing enough, well, it only gets worse. As we take a look at Dynex, which was recently supported, I did finally get it hashing on the A750 and the A380, both of them just doing a measly 1 hash a second. If you enable the CPU on this, which was 11900K, we got even worse at like 0.8 hash a second. Completely useless so far in Dynex. And if that wasn't disappointing enough, moving on to Ergo, we are getting the dreaded couldn't create data set for block 965436 on GPU 1, which is what we are trying to test. If you guys don't know why this is a dreaded one, if you get into the Discord for SRB Miner, this is the error of, well, it needs to be fixed elsewhere and there's nothing you can do about it right now. Essentially what happens is that it never ramps up and starts mining. So there you go. Can't get you the hash rates on Ergo. It does get a little bit better though. We do get some support on Ethereum Classic. We're looking at 14.76 megahash a second at 120 watts. So that was nice. At least we got something rolling for us, right? And then we were able or not able to get Firo because there's not enough memory on the GPU. I can try to test in the latest kernel for Linux and see if we can get it going because it is a 6 gigabyte GPU. And the Epoch requires, 5.5 gigabytes. Either way, it's going to fall off so quickly that it's probably not even worth testing at this point, and it's something to keep in mind for Firo. That being said, I did get the hash rates because this is new and we hadn't tested it yet for the A750, which was getting 10.7 megahash a second, but unfortunately, I did not track the power. This is kind of a teaser. We'll be adding in another video for the A750 and updating for the additional hash rates. Now, exciting is SRB Miner did add support for Blake 3 Ironfish, which will be launching on April 20th. And it's on testnet now going through Hero Miners. I was able to test this one out and the A750 is performing quite shockingly well, and we'll cover that in another video, but that was at like 3,151 megahash a second. The A380 here at 120 watts is doing 936 megahash a second. Keeping in mind there's no pricing for Ironfish at the time of recording, so I can't really tell you how much that's going to end up working out to, but it looks pretty good so far. Taking a look at Caspa, we have 119 megahash a second on the A380 at 120 watts. And finally on Ravencoin, we were looking at 19.75 megahash a second, again at 120 watts, because apparently everything is just at 120 watts, no matter what, all the time on this GPU. Don't know why. Maybe we'll figure it out at another later date. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the calculators here and see what our hash rates turn into. So starting things off with the lithium, like we said, we had 432 megahash a second at 120 watts, which a lithium goes in gigahash. So we'll have to convert that to gigahash, which will be 0.432 at 120 watts at 13 cents a kilowatt hour. And that is going to be unprofitable, losing 25 cents a day. We'll go ahead and zero these out. And we will now look at skipping Dynex. We'll look at ETC or Ethereum, ETH hash, ETC hash. We're looking at 14.76 megahash a second at, once again, 120 watts. Calculate that bad boy out. And we're losing 33 cents a day. Now, on this one in particular, it is possible that we could check other competitors like ETHW, for example, here on ETHW, losing some DOSH, of course. And there is Ethereum Fair we could check and some stuff like that on what to mine. But regardless, I think ET hash and ETC hash are for the birds or the ASICs at this point. So we're not going to dive too deeply into that one. Firo, once again, was not working. Ironfish, we don't have calculations for. Caspa at 119 megahash a second. So we'll go to Caspa 119 at 120 watts. Calculate that out. We're going to be losing 30 cents a day. And then finally, we have Ravencoin at basically 6.7 megahash a second. Excuse me, I think I said that wrong earlier, but we've corrected it. So we'll go down to Ravencoin at 6.7 megahash a second at 120 watts and calculate that one out. And that is 28 cents a day. So the most profitable coin on the A380 right now is Lithium, at least until we get support for Ergo. If you look at the GPU charts in hashrate.no and you scroll down and find the A380, it does list Ergo as the highest profit. While it is losing money right now at 13 cents a kilowatt hour, it says it gets 45 mega hash a second. But if you click in, it doesn't tell you what miner it's on. So I'm not sure exactly where they got that number from or if anybody has this working. I tried multiple versions of SRB Miner, 2.2.1, 2.2.0, all the way back to where they supported Intel, and I couldn't get any of them working. We'll see if that gets fixed in the next version of SRB Miner, and I'll let you guys know where we end up. So at the end of the day, the Intel Arc A380 is proving out to be a bit of a disappointment, at least at this time. There is, like I said, kind of the Dynex support, which you were kind of hoping for, but unfortunately, that's also just not working out to what we see in the calculator, which was showing 424 hash a second. I can't seem to get that working. So at this point, it is what it is. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any ways to help me with some of these errors that we're getting with it, let me know in the comment section below, and we'll make another video when we get those errors resolved. Hit the like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell down below, and I will see you next Tuesday. Don't forget to check me out on Locals at sonofatech.locals.com for exclusive and early content, and check me out at sonofatech.com for the crypto mining e-course.